in thumb of the one.
Joel, you can start.
Okay, before we start, I would like to request Mr. Yellow and Jones to turn on their video. Okay, we'll just start. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this pre-match press conference for the match between Aizawl FC and Mohammedan. And I would like to welcome our head coach, Mr. Yan Law, who is joining us today for the press conference, and our player, Jones, Lalthakima. And to get started with it, I'll just ask a simple question, and right after the media can start asking from their panels. And before we just start, I would also like to mention that all the medias who are attending, when you ask a question, please state from which media you're from, so that it'll be much easier to recognize. First off, good afternoon, coach.
Joel.
So, coach, after a long break, so how do you feel to start the league again?
I think we're really excited. Unfortunately, the league had to come to a standstill, but I think that did affect a lot of teams in their preparations. But thankfully, the league is restarting, it's resuming, and it's starting with a big game for us. So hopefully, we can pick up points in this game because I think Mohammedan Sporting is a good team. Good, I think one of the title contenders this season. And our first game didn't go as per what we wanted, so we dropped points there. So hopefully that we can pick up points in this game and get back into the title race.
So, a question from Ajay in the footy. Ajay, you can ask a question.
Hi, coach. Am I audible?
Yes, Ajay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, coach. Coach, my question is, as you mentioned, Mohammedan title contenders and one of the strongest team in their side league. So, how to approach against them?
See, because Mohammedan is very well prepared compared to other teams. They've had a fantastic preseason. They started probably way back in June or July. They played the Calcutta League, the Durand Cup, the IFA Shield. So they are prepared and they've been doing really well. So I think that is going to be a tough game for us. They made some good signings this season. Even in the January window, they went in and got in some new players. So I think it's going to be probably a tough game to start with for us. And if we can pick up. Sorry, Arnab, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Sorry, Jan, you can go on.
I think coach is muted.
Am I audible?
Yes,
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 yes.
you are.
Okay. So yeah, I think that this is going to be one of the probably one of the toughest games for us to start with because they've got a fantastic side. They made some fantastic signings in the January window, and they've got a good momentum coming into this league. So I think that they've got a good preparation for this competition. So I think it's going to be a tough game, but we are prepared.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, please
Yes,
go
sure.
ahead.
Coach, last season you have defeated Mohammedan Sporting 3-0. So going into tomorrow's match, will that be something that will come to your mind, and would you like to take inspirations from that? And who are the foreigners available for tomorrow's match? Are there all four foreigners available?
So the answer to your first part of the question about last season, I think we should forget what happened last season. It's a new team. We got a new team. They got a new team. They got a new coach. So it's going to be quite different. The circumstances are going to be different. I think the conditions are going to be pretty warm now. And playing in Kalyani, of course, they've been playing a lot of matches there already. So it's different challenges that we're going to be facing. And hopefully we can come out on top of this. And coming to the foreigners, as of now, everyone is okay. So hopefully, by tomorrow we have all the good results in the RT-PCR tests and they're all fit to play.
Thank you, coach.
Uh, Arnab raised hand. Arnab, you can go on with your question.
Yeah, apologies for the earlier problem. I've got question for the coach. Can you please tell us about the preparation of the team and what are the challenges that you have faced and what kind of preparation you had between this, the first part when the COVID struck and now? And if you can talk about the new signings a bit, that would be very helpful. And question for the player is how challenging was the, when the COVID hit? So how difficult was it for the players especially? And then going back and again coming, all that. Thank you.
Shall I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I think the preseason for us has been good, but unfortunately there was no state league in Mizoram, so we could not have competitive matches. The first competitive match after last I League was our first game against Real Kashmir, which we lost, of course. But I think that preparations were in full swing, but I would have preferred some more competitive matches. Now, coming to this break, I think we had almost a 1 month gap and we were unsure about when the league would resume. So when we got the confirmation on the dates, we started a preseason again and we had about 2.5 weeks of good preseason again. And I think that the boys are prepared. We understand what we did good in the last game, what we need to improve. And coming into this game now, our new signings can join us. Our January transfer window signings can join us. The players we took on loan can join us. So we have more depth in the squad. I have more options to choose from. So that's one positive for us going into this game. And about the new signings, I think we signed them based on our system, based on the problems we were facing in the first game, which we understood, and we signed the players accordingly. So I think you all know we signed some new foreigners, and I think they're going to add some good strength to our team, which we lack in the back. So I think that the team is looking more balanced now.
Can I just ask a follow-up question here?
Yeah.
What would be your biggest challenge going forward in this tournament?
Biggest challenge, I think, not just for me, but for everyone, is to keep the players safe from COVID because if anyone is tested, they go into isolation, their roommate goes into isolation. So we miss the players for training, we might miss them for matches. So I think, having a good health in the team in these circumstances is the most important right now. And I hope that we continue to stay safe in these testing times.
So Arnab, can you please repeat the question for the players?
Yeah, the question is, how challenging was it when COVID hit and then to go back and again start training and not knowing when the league will start and then again coming back? So, whole period, how challenging was it?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
No. Like the most challenging thing was like just staying in the room, like for quarantine for like more than 10 days. It was very difficult for every player. Uh, After that, we need to have some time for refreshing and all. We cannot even get out of our room. That's the most difficult thing. Other than that, training and all, everything is all good.
thank you.
So Ajay, you're still raising your hand. Is there any questions?
Yes, I do have a question.
Okay, please go on.
Yeah, so coach, last season you took charge of the team mid-season, and you almost took the team to the final championship round, and you just missed by, I guess, 2 or 3 points. So this season you are in charge for right from the very beginning. So what will be your target in this season, and where do you want to see your team by the end of the season? Coach, I think you are
Coach,
muted.
I'll just. Oh,
Audible now?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So last season, it was a challenge because they had a different preseason under a different coach, and then coming under me, working in a different style, different system, was a bit challenging for the players. But I think that they did really well. I'm really proud of them what they did last season, and this season I've had a good preseason, so the boys are tactically more sound. They understand what we need to do this season. Our plans going forward, our tactical discipline. I think everyone knows their individual roles and responsibilities much better than last season. And based on the team we made, based on the signings everyone can see, I think that everybody knows this year we want to go for the title because I think it's quite possible. We've got a young energetic side, some lot of young talents coming forward, which I think that everybody will be really happy and excited to see. So definitely we want to push for the title this year, and hopefully we can achieve that by the end of the season.
Can I ask one more question?
You sure?
Coach, like you have mentioned that you have a very young squad, and you also have experienced campaigners like Depand and Plaza in your squad. So how they are gelling up with the rest of the team, and how they are sharing their experience with the rest of the team?
I think, as you know, Ajay, these boys, they are real role models for these young players. They are guiding them well. They are gelling with them very well despite the age gap. So I think that it's really great to have some experience in the team like Plaza, Tika, Robert Primers, who's played in the league before, who knows Indian football, who knows Indian soil. So these boys have really been guiding these players who've been, who will be giving the debuts this year, who've been playing for the I League in the first time ever. So I think it's been great to have them in the squad. It's like having an extra coach, in the team. So these boys have been real good guides and great support for me as well. So really looking forward to having them all on the pitch now.
Thank you, coach.
So, is there any other question on the media side? Pranav?
Yeah, I have a question. May I ask?
Sure. Go on.
Okay, coach, can you just tell us about the squad composition? Like how many debutants you have this time around?
We have quite a few debutants this season. I think in the first game also we had players like Ayush coming in. We had players like Ngenga coming in. On the bench, we had players like Shetpuya, a new goalkeeper who everyone will be able to see, a fantastic keeper, young boy. A lot of the players coming out from the academy, which we will have now. in the January window. We couldn't play them in the first game because we didn't have many options for that game. But I think that they're really exciting players. I've worked in the I League for quite a while now. I know the level of football here, and I think that these boys will be some great prospects, not just for the I League, but I think even going forward into the ISL, the national team. So some great young prospects coming into the Aizawl FC squad this season. I think Indian football will enjoy watching these players.
Great, that's great. And thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Coach, I have a question. What would you say about the current style of play? Like, how would you like to? How would you like your team to play in the current I League matches, and what are your plans in for the future?
See the style of play. Everybody must have seen the first game. They must have seen last season as well. I have a particular way I like to play, and I think the players have understood that very well. Coming to this format, I think that picking up points early is very important because the first round you got only 10 games, 12 games, and if you can pick up the points there going into the top seven, then the competition starts. Otherwise, last year we were in a place where we didn't deserve to be playing in the bottom six, bottom five. I think that we really deserve to be in the top half of the table. So, picking up points early, keeping clean sheets, getting early goals in, it's going to be very important for us. And we have a young squad. Definitely, the we lack experience in some areas, but I think that the energy that we have in the squad make up for that. So hopefully we pick up points early because it carries forward again into the second round. So that's the target: keeping clean sheets, picking up goals early into the game so that we can settle and keep control of the game like we do.
Thank you, coach.
So, is there any final questions? I'd like to ask the coach and the players.
You can wrap up, Joel.
Okay, so I would like to thank each and every one of you for being with us in this press conference, and I'll see you all in the next press conference. Thank you.